Hi Capricorns, welcome to your mid-November 2017 readings. So these are going to be done a little bit differently than the monthlies. I'm going to pull one angel card and then 3 clarification cards on it, see what kind of messages we get from that. Hopefully everybody's doing well. It's almost Christmas time, oh my goodness. Alright, well you got 2 cards that just came out, so we'll read both of them. Usually a reason for it, got a siren going off there. Oh, they're nice. Okay, so the first one is letting go. It says, releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels, substitute that for the universe or whatever God you believe in. The universe is all abundant. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always hurdle new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. That's nice, you guys. And then you have the Ace of Emotion. Kind of looks like Cupid. It says, the cherub is announcing that a wonderful new emotional experience is coming into your life. You may meet someone new who makes your heart flutter, or your current relationship will experience a reawakening. It's also possible that your intuitive abilities will be greatly increased by your open heart. There's a fireplace here. This is like, again, there's the card. Well, Capricorns. Okay, so here I always get children in your reading. Okay, so for you males that have, that are fathers that have boys, so if you're a male Capricorn and you have some sons, what I'm getting here is that you need to be more of, we all have feminine and masculine energy in us. It's ideal, I say ideal, that we learn how to master both of them. Some people throughout life, they don't learn to master both of them. Out of, sometimes it's out of fear. But what I'm getting, if you're male Capricorn and you have sons, it is saying that, like, you might want to be more verbally, like, pat them on the back, even giving them hugs, congratulating them, saying you're proud of them. When a Capricorn says that they're proud of you, that's a pretty big accomplishment. You feel pretty fabulous. So Capricorn males tend to be very lovey-dovey with their daughters, but they can be very firm with their sons. Okay, but there's this thing here of like bonding with them. If you're a male and you have sons, bonding with them. So this could be like teaching them some sort of new skill, like in your garage, a little building project that you're doing together with them to teach them a skill. You're even teaching them how to change tires and things like that. If you got girls, you can even teach them how to do that. That's a survival skill, you know what I mean? It's important that somebody knows how to do that in case something happens. But there's these, I'm feeling like for the males, it's due to because your father was very assertive with you, so you're very assertive with your boys. So I was talking about going fishing with them or something like that. And then for others of you, it's talking about, okay, in your relationship, letting go of what's happened in the past and then igniting the flames, because there's a fireplace here. Okay, so this is like, I got this in Scorpio's reading too. I did theirs on Halloween. I got trigger happy and I deleted a bunch of other videos. I was so proud of myself. I got everybody's done. Uh, and then I got trigger happy. I was trying to make room on my computer because the space was filling up. Uh, and I put the wrong month on some of them, so that's why I deleted them. I gotta get more organized, you guys. But what it's talking about is like, okay, your local community centers have lots of events that they do. They have like dancing classes, they have cooking classes, they have art classes. You can do these in couples. So it would be talking about going to do something like that to spark it, even if with you that are parents. It's the same thing. You can go on Groupon, and they have cheap, fun experiences on there that you can do. You can take your children to. Uh, for instance, I took my family. It was in the summertime. We went and we tried a what was it called? I bought it off of Groupon. It was really expensive normally. I only paid like $11 for the whole family to do it. And it was like a maze and like one of those clues things. You had to find clues and get out of the place. It was quite fun. It's something that you can bring the whole family to. I forget what they called it. There's lots of things on there. If you have girls and you're a mother, they got high tea on there. You can take your children for high tea. It's talking about bonding and doing something fun. It's but it's talking about experiences. I'm getting experiences. So it's like when you spend money, you want to spend it on experiences, not items. Okay, so like if you think back uh, to when you were a kid, a lot of the gifts that you got, you probably don't remember, unless it was like a favorite. Like I don't remember any of the gifts I really got as a kid, except my dad and mom bought me a really big art bin one year. This thing was massive. It was like I was a pretty quiet kid. All I did was draw really, and so that was my best gift that I ever got. I do remember that. But if you think back to when you were younger, you remember experiences. The first time your parents took you sledding, or the first time your parents took you skiing, uh, swimming classes. When they put you in swimming classes. Dancing is really good here. I'm getting dancing. So if you have uh, children, they might be good at hip hop dancing, something like that. Music is coming through. Some of you guys, if you can't express yourself, then it is talking about writing down your emotions and releasing them, letting it go. What's happened in the past is the past. Okay, so for some of you, what you want to do is you want to focus on 24 hours, what you can do in 24 hours to help a situation get better. So it's not so overwhelming for you. So it's like in 24 hours, what's one, and on top of that, we're not guaranteed um, the rest of our life. Nobody really knows when it's our time, right? You're not even really guaranteed 24 hours. You can get hit by a car or anything, right? So the idea is in 24 hours, what's one thing you can do to help, uh, if you're having issues with your spouse, help bond you two together. So it would be like date nights are really important. Uh, this could be like cooking something that's sentimental to your partner when you guys first met, cooking that. If you have children, this is like getting the family together in the kitchen. It seems like some of you guys might have new job offers coming in and things like that. You have some new experiences coming in, but you have to release the past in order to receive it. Even going to the zoo or the science center with your kids as well. If you're gonna go to a science center, it's like good to bring a Capricorn because they can they can explain things. Like I was always in awe when I was a kid, and my dad took me there because he could explain things. Where I'm a Sag, and with all my other placements, I always wonder about things. Uh, Capricorns can usually explain it to you. They also have the gift of popping your bubble. You're very practical and grounded. But it's saying here, Capricorns, it's okay to dream a little bit. Okay, so like, if you have boys, it's even like, okay, I don't know why I'm getting this, but like buying buying a bus and then like building it into like an RV or something like that. Where I don't know why I'm getting that. It's just a family project or something, right? Garage project, like, or refurbishing an old car or something like that. You have the Emperor here. And then for those of you that have friends and stuff like this, it's also talking about new experiences with your friends. You have the Five of Swords. Dun dun dun. It's okay, you guys. It's a good card. A lot of people have a misconception about the card. Uh, it is a card of honor and victory. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's the upmanship card. It's underhanded tactics and dealings." No, okay. It's Five of Swords. Okay, if you look in the Five of Swords, the fight's done in the open. Nobody got injured. The two people walk away. There's three people in the card. Two people walk away. There's no blood or anything like that because the person that's in the Five of Swords has honor, right? And it's not going to kill somebody that doesn't deserve it. Like, even if they deserved it, they still would sacrifice that person. It is a Saturn ruled card. Saturn and Uranus rules that card. So it's unexpected. Also, if you look at the Five of Swords, it's a peasant in the card that wins, right? And it seems like here you have there's some rigid thinking here, and five is the number of change, which means there has to be some sort of sacrifice here, and you have to do it for the greater good. You know what I mean? So it's like your old way of thinking. You have to sacrifice that for the greater good. Okay, because if you're like a very serious person or a workaholic, your kids pick up on that. They start to develop that pattern, right? Like monkey see, monkey do, that type of thing. Where so you wanna. I feel like some of you guys need to go out and do something exciting. Um, Okay, in this card, okay, it is the only way it's a card of defeat, and the guys in the back get defeated. Okay, was if you look in the original card, the guys in the back are considered royalty. They have robes, uh, so they were more privileged. They had a higher education. They were brought up where they thought they would have won the fight. It's done in a stadium as well, so everybody can see it. There's no underhanded tactics. It's out in the open. Underhanded tactics is the Seven of Swords. Manipulation, Seven of Swords. Okay, the Five of Swords is change. That's something that everybody can see. So it's like something that everybody knows already has to happen, but nobody's doing it. So the two people in the background, okay, the reason why the third guy comes in, uh, it's because change needs to happen. The foundation isn't on a firm foundation. Like, there's holes in it, and the people in the back were too conceited, okay, or egotistical to realize that change need to happen. They thought they knew best, okay, uh, and because they weren't willing to negotiate, okay, because it is a humanitarian energy, it does know all the rules. It's ruled by Saturn. Uh, the Five of Swords has to come in to change things, and it seems like there's too much of a okay, one, it's either there's too much of a what's the word I want to use? Too much authority. Okay, so it's like almost like a power struggle is going on, and the power struggle needs to stop. And I feel like the power struggles are coming from within for some of you, not all of you. Some of you. This could be somebody else, uh, but that needs to change. It needs to stop. So in your partnership, you need to realize that you're a team and you're not separates. So family game nights could be really good for some of you guys. And for others of you, this is talking about you need to be more um, scheduled. Okay. So for all of you, this would be like, okay, packing your lunches before you go to bed instead of in the morning, right? Because in the morning you tend to be running slower. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a morning person. I like to do things the night before. Uh, this is also talking because it'll give you more time too, to like either if you wanted to start going to the gym, you can start doing that, right? Uh, there is scheduling here that's coming through as well, being more practical and more grounded. You got to really think about things. Getting getting in shape too. I feel like for some of you guys, okay, if you don't have kids and you're not married, it is talking about new experiences. It's talking about having fun with your friends. So going out and trying high tea with a bunch of girlfriends. If you're guys, going out having paintball. Uh, Even if you're a father and you have children, you can go out do paintball with them. Um, it's it's coming down from the authority figure a little bit. Okay, and then others of you, this is talking about being assertive and being a leader. Capricorn, I go over this a lot with you guys. The self-doubt thing, you've had it for a while, and you have more than enough skills to do whatever it is you want to do. You're not, some of you are selling yourself short. And we have temperance here. And temperance, okay, you need to have passion and emotion. Some of you guys are okay, well, some of you guys are stuck into a routine. It is saying that with the Emperor here. And you need passions and emotions. You got to sacrifice uh, the firmness here for a little bit of softness. Okay. Yeah, so it's like releasing control, Capricorns. It's okay not to have control all the time, right? Uh, it's, it's the water needs to flow here, I believe. Okay, Capricorns, you might be holding in a lot. Uh, okay, and your emotions are like water. Okay, some of you, it could be frozen over. So it's like a skating rink. But your emotions are like the ocean, okay? The ocean, it has a current to it, okay? The ocean crashes sometimes. It's okay. It has to crash sometimes. But when it crashes, it can break barriers. Water, that's how powerful water is. It breaks the barriers, right? If you watch it, it'll corrode the rocks after it hits it enough, where but your water needs to flow, okay? So sometimes it will crash, and that's okay, right? The Five of Swords is change, all right? It's a very detached energy, okay? So by detached, uh, it is a humanitarian energy. Detached means, okay, these people can step back and they can observe things from an outside perspective. Even when they're involved in the situation, they can step back and see both parties. That's why there's five swords there in it, right? It's like, it's almost like two people are battling, and then two people are battling over here. They're having sword fights, and then the other guy comes in with the fifth sword, and he takes those two down, and he takes those two down, where he's like, okay, there's no need to fight. We can negotiate. We can talk about things. It's swords, right? We can see things from a different perspective. We can create the change that we want. Like, if we just stop fighting, all right? If we learn to compromise, because the Five of Swords is compromise, all right? The Five of Swords is a card of victory. So you need to you're going to be victorious over whatever it is you want. There needs to be change in order for that to happen. It is saying, Capricorns, don't go with the Five of Swords. There is honor in that card. It is ruled by your planet. All right? It's like the samurai warrior. They can instead of being defeated, they'll kill themselves, right? They'll sacrifice themselves. They'll commit suicide instead of being defeated. Okay, so there's some sort of power struggle here where it's like it's okay to admit when you're wrong. You know what I mean? You don't always have to be right. It's how we learn. type thing. You might be having a battle with somebody, and it would be due to being rigid. Okay, this is masculine energy. The masculine energies tend to be warriors. All right, feminine energy is more of the healing energy. But in order to be, that comes across as having to be, uh, it's being open. All right, nurturing. Being open means that you're receptive. Okay, so that's like basically what it's saying. You need to be receptive. You need to be open. The Sagittarius here is talking about forgiveness as well, and the self. You don't have to go sacrificing your morals and your values here. There does have to be some change, though. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is great, you guys. It's talking about a new foundation. If you hear that noise, they're doing construction in the building. I'm not sure what they're doing. It's starting to irritate me, though. Okay. This could be talking about, again, cooking in the kitchen with family members, friends. If you're single, again, you can have a bunch of guys come over. You guys barbecue or whatever, watch a game. This is talking about for the females. It could be having a get together where you all cook in your house or something. Okay, it is talking about hands on though. And a new job offer. I do feel like you're going to get a job offer. Again, Capricorns, if you're going for jobs, it is talking about being the authority figure. And we go over this quite often that you guys sell yourself short. You are ruled by Saturn. You know how things are supposed to be, how they're organized. Okay, who's doing what. All right, you can see that stuff, you know, and you're patient and you're observant. But you're also great teachers. Okay, so majority of businesses need that. Okay, I feel like somebody could even be like a personal trainer. And then I do feel like some of you guys are having problems with a family member. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords. You guys need to rest and contemplate things. Okay, now there is the sense here that somebody's a little frozen over. Could even be having sleeping issues. Okay, so maybe meditation would help you out. You got too much going in your mind if you're having sleeping issues. So again, writing your emotions out will really help you get your anxieties out. If you're having any issues, you want to ask yourself how. Okay, how did it occur? How did it happen? Okay, because you're trying to find the root issue of the problem, and then after you find the answer to the how, you want to ask why. Okay, how did it happen, and then why did that happen? So what part did I play in it, and then what part did they play in it, type thing. And then from that, you can find your solution. You'll know what to avoid next time. I do feel like there's new job offers you're going to get, though, which is pretty fantastic. Uh, and I do feel like this is talking about cooking and baking for some of you guys. Some of you guys could be bakers. There's new beginnings here. So this is even like taking your family out to, again, the community center has lots of things, lots of events that you can put your children in, if they need hobbies. Okay, because some of them might need hobbies, and some of them need. I don't ever feel like in Capricorn's reading it is structure because if like I don't know if I'm biased. I grew up with a Capricorn father and an Aries mother, so I was very very structured as a child. It's the general and the soldier. You got up at a certain time, you ate at a certain time, uh, you ate everything that was on your plate. You know what I mean? We had schedules for chores. Like, if you have children, then they're okay. Then this card, and they're not being regimented or scheduled, that needs to be enforced with them, because that's a habit that they're going to pick up when they pick up in childhood. They'll keep that habit in adulthood. Okay, but even for yourself, your schedule could be off, and you need to develop that. I do feel like for some of you guys, this is health, your health. But there's experiences. It's talking about new experiences. So you can even go tubing with your friends if you live near snow. All right, that's or if you're athletic, you could do uh, Tough Mudder. Okay, start training for Tough Mudder or something like that. There's a challenge. You need to challenge yourself here, Capricorns. Um, if you sew, it's fashion's coming through for some reason. Maybe you've always wanted to be a fashion designer. You can go back to school for fashion designing, or maybe you have a daughter that's into fashion or jewelry. You can do a crafts day with her, help her learn how to sew, or do jewelry with them. And I'm seeing fishing. I don't know if some of you find that relaxing and you haven't done it in a while. Maybe you want to do that. I am seeing snow though too, and I'm seeing the outdoors. So hiking trails, fishing, and I am seeing cooking. So if you have children, bonding is really important in the kitchen. It does. Those are usually the best moments you have with your children. And I'm seeing scheduling because if you're parents, you could be like overwhelmed by your morning schedule. So you need to do some things to like cut back your time because you want to be able to enjoy the moment with your children, have more time with them, which would mean buying a coffee machine that you can set the night before, so it's on a timer. So when you're up, it's ready for you. Making the lunches the night before, so when you get up, you have more time to sit down and enjoy breakfast with your children. You're not running around uh, trying to do things. Setting up their clothes the night before, like, and so you don't, when you wake up, you're not having to find everything for them. Again, I was raised by a Capricorn and Aries. So I know a few things about structure. Uh, do I imply all of those as an adult? No, not really. I should. I'm trying to. Uh, the sacrifices that need to make, whatever you're concerned about, Capricorns, you don't need to be concerned, okay? The Five of Swords, the only way that that's going to be considered defeat is if there's arrogance involved. So this in conceitedness. The Five of Swords, when it comes up and you're reading, that usually means you're going to be victorious. The only way it's a negative is if you are, if the person that receives the card is conceited or arrogant, then they'll end up shooting themselves in the foot. Okay? At that point, it's like they're doing more harm to themselves than they are anybody else. And if they thought that they were getting away with something, they're not. Okay? Because again, everything's out in the open with the Five of Swords, is visually seen. There's no underhanded tactics in it. It is an energy that comes in because it has to change. It's five. Change is hard, but it's necessary. So there's some changes that need to be made, and they're not going to be made by anybody else but you. And whatever you want to do or accomplish, so whatever job you want to do, whatever new creative ability you want to do, whatever new hobby you want to pick up, um, whatever new relationship you want to start, it is saying that you're going to be victorious over it. Okay? To get, if you're in a relationship and you're concerned about there being no romance or spark left in it, it is saying that you'll be victorious over it, but you have to create that circumstance. It's just not going to happen on its own. Okay? There has to be, uh, you know, the best partnerships are 50-50, but there are times in a partnership where it's 80 20. okay? Because one person is feeling down and you got to pick up the other person, and then it goes back to 50-50, and at times it'll be you that has to pick up the other person, okay? I do feel like there's a new job here for you. If there's a job that you want, do not lower the standards, Capricorn. Okay? Do not go applying for jobs that you know that you have like 10 years of experience in, and then you're just getting like a regular position because you have, at that point, you have the knowledge and wisdom to be a superior. So don't go lowballing yourself, okay? Bring yourself up a little bit. Apply for those manager positions, superior positions. You will get them. If you want to try something new, then try something new. I do feel like there's bonding here that needs to happen with friends and family members, new experiences. That's what I'm getting. And yoga might be really good for some of you guys. I am seeing ice skating for some reason too. You can do that with the family as well. Maybe you have a girl that wants to try figure skating, or she might get into figure skating, or hockey. So Canadian. All right, you guys, that's all I'm getting for you. Hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you next month. Namaste. Ciao for now.